Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about Chicago pizza. Chicago pizza is a thing I love, that I grew up loving. Born and raised in the Chicago suburbs. I've been to Chicago in the city. I've had lots of pizza my whole life. It's something I've always loved and always cherished. It's special to me. And most Chicagoans, if you ask them, Chicago pizza is a special thing to them. One of the misconceptions that a lot of people think is that Chicago pizza is deep dish pizza. It's not. Unfortunately, the media has it all wrong. They keep telling everybody Chicago pizza is deep dish pizza. When you ask anybody, I lived in Florida for a few years, and ask, what do you think of Chicago pizza? Oh, I'm not a big fan of deep dish pizza. Here in Chicago, most of us, 99% of us, Chicago pizza is thin crust, tavern style pizza. There's many names to it, but mostly we just call it thin crust. And it's really, really thin. Like New York style thin, but thinner. Crackery. Crispy crust, thin edges. You can pick it up and hold it straight and it won't flop over. You don't need to fold it. And yeah, we cut it in squares. And you know what? That's the coolest thing. I love the squares. The square cut is awesome to me. I absolutely love it. There's something about it that each individual spot on that big circle of pizza has a special spot. Somebody that likes it more than the other. And what I mean is corners. And when you cut a pizza, you have 4 corners on a Chicago pizza. And most of the time, those are always taken first. At least I know in my family, and I do that. I'm usually the first one to try to get a corner right away as soon as that box opens up. It gives you that crispy crust and the ooey gooeyness of the pizza. Then you have the ends. We call those the ends. Are all around the outside. You have the ends with the crust, small thin crust, layered around the edge. And it's the best, absolutely the best. You get that nice crunch and oh my god, it's a treat. It's literally a treat. And the centers, oh my god, you just know when you look at the center of a Chicago pizza, you can just eyeball it and you know it's going to be good. Sometimes they're just so juicy that you just have to have a center piece. So it's like, usually me, it's a corner piece, an end piece, and a center. Because you have the best of all the worlds right there in one pizza, you know. But I do love deep dish as well. It's a treat. In Chicago, it's a treat. You don't get it very often. It's not cheap. It's expensive. Why? Because it's loaded with cheese. It's a lot of ingredients. And usually, one slice will fill you up in no time. That's if you're able to eat a whole one. And just even a small deep dish pizza will feed a whole family because it's just that much. But it's not something we have every weekend. No, it's a once in a great while. So I just kind of wanted to decipher that here and let everybody know that as a real Chicagoan, deep dish pizza is not like Chicago pizza. It's not the state food. It's not, you know, we like our thin crust pizza. We really do. And with that being said, when I moved to Florida for a few years, I stopped eating my Chicago pizza. And it was horrible. It was the most horrible thing I went through. That was the hardest part. And I was dying for it. So I figured there's got to be a way that I can make this Chicago pizza myself. There's got to be. So for years, since 2018, that's a long time, 5 years, 6 years going on about, that I made pizza. And I started out making it in my oven at home. Then I got a small pizza oven. I tried outside pizza ovens. I tried everything. I did every variation of crusts, cheeses, sauces, how to get it super thin. It was so hard. And I know the secret to getting thin crust pizza is having a sheeter. And I can't find one that's not affordable. But most of those are just used in a professional environment, not at home. No one's ever made a home one. The most I can find is a one made for noodles, and that's just not going to cut it. I need one that's going to be able to make a 16-inch pizza at least, 14 inches, at least. And I've never been able to find one. But I found a way to roll out my pizza as thin as possible. My pizzas used to look all kinds of crazy all over the place, and now I got them pretty round. I mean, for the most part. Sometimes I kind of mess it up, but most of the time I got them nice and round. So I've worked on for years mastering Chicago pizza. I did a lot of research, a lot. And for all the Chicagoans, I'm going to do videos of pizzas. I know every Chicago restaurant does it differently. We all do. There's a different variation of sauce, different variation of crusts, everything. Everyone does everything differently. But for the most part, there's a base, and they all look the same. So basically, it's just thin crust pizza. You got your sauce, you got your ingredients, your toppings, and then your cheese. New York does it the exact opposite, and it drives me nuts. When I went to Florida, New York pizza everywhere. And their sausage just isn't sausage. They'll literally take a whole entire roll of sausage, chop it off, and put it on, and I'm like, wow, okay. No, I mean, New York pizza's not bad. And give a shout out to Johnny's Pizza in Ocala, Florida, on Merricamp Road. He was the pizza place that I loved. So if you happen to be in Ocala, Florida, and you know Johnny's Pizza, you know. A lot of the locals love him. He's from New York, makes New York pizza. And for my time being there, he made me feel good about pizza. Is New York pizza the best thing in the world? Compared to Chicago pizza? No. But it's right there. It's right there. Johnny sometimes made my pizza taste like Chicago pizza. Really, he did. Almost. It was so close. And sometimes the flavoring would just be like, oh man, that's home. That's home. But it was really close. And I love Johnny's Pizza. So if you know Johnny's Pizza, I'll let him know I said thank you for my time in Florida and helping me out with some pizza sometimes. But otherwise, that's the only New York pizza I've ever tried. And he's from New York. And he said he'd bring the water in from New York because New Yorkers say it's in the ingredients. Maybe it is. Chicago pizza, I think it's in the technique. It's all in the technique of how we do it. I'm going to do videos. I'm going to show you how to make the pizza dough. That's my first video I'm going to do, is show you the pizza dough. I'm going to do pizza sauce. And then I'm going to make the thin crust pizzas. And I'm going to show you step by step in my video series here coming up. And I'm also going to do, after all that, another video. I'm going to do the deep dish pizza. I've nailed them both. And I'll show you pictures throughout here of all my pictures of pizzas and videos of the pizzas. On my phone, I did a search on my iPhone of pizza, and I have over 400 pictures of pizza on my iPhone. That's how much I love pizza. So it's a thing that I love, and I'm hoping that you love. And if you're ever interested in Chicago pizza, give this a try. It's really not that hard. But there's nobody out there that actually shows you how to do it. And I just want to be honest because I've done a lot of research on YouTube videos, and there's so many people that are not Chicagoans that say they've made a Chicago pizza without doing the research. I mean, they got the base of it, but they really don't have the full scale, technique, style, everything. They don't have it. And I give people A for effort. But that was the place that I went to, was YouTube, for get my knowledge and my research. And I could not find that. So I had to go other ways and other routes of finding it. And it was a lot of research, a lot of years. And I finally found that. And I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to share that with everybody on YouTube. And hopefully you guys can see it too. And I'm sure I'm going to have some naysayers saying that this isn't how you do it, and this is how you should do it, and that's how you should do it. But that's fine. Everybody's got a different way of making it. I'm going to show you how I made it, how I've learned, and how I believe that I love Chicago pizza, that this is truly the deal, the real deal. And if I could open up a Chicago business pizza place and I knew it would be successful, I would. I was almost thinking of, in Florida, open up a a pizza truck, food truck with pizza, Chicago. But, might not work out. So I didn't want to take that chance. Kind of scared. And I've been putting off putting this video up on YouTube about pizza. And I'm hoping it does well, because it's something that I love and enjoy, and I would like to share with other people. And maybe if you are an ex-Chicagoan and you are living in another state and you've retreated from Illinois, like many have, maybe you're down there in Florida. I mean, we got Portillo's, there's Rosati's. Rosati's has expanded to many states. Many of my Chicago pizza places that I have, like Benny's, Villanova Pizza in Berwyn. Benny's is also Berwyn. Nano's in Berwyn. A lot of those places are my favorite. So I've had so much pizza that I know the taste and the flavor, and I think I finally got it. And I'm going to share it with you. So first, I'm going to show you how to do an easy crust, or thin crust.